In the previous lesson, we used a line-based family to create an adaptive array that updated the number of chairs around the boardroom table as we adjusted the size of the boardroom table. I'm going to use those same principles now, but this time we're going to apply it onto a 3D object. And what I want to do here is create a brick on each windowsill that I can add underneath my windows. And again, using an array and a line-based family, the amount of bricks will automatically update depending on the size or the width of the window, so as to actually fill the whole windowsill with bricks. So we're going to start here by creating the bricks, and I opened a standard metric generic family here. Now to create the brick, I'm going to use a standard extrusion. So I'm going to go to the right-hand side view here. Going to start my extrusion, use a rectangle, and then just change the sizes of this. And our total extrusion is 75 mils. Now there's a few things I want to change because this is going to be a brick on each windowsill. I'm going to rotate this first. About 20 degrees or so, and then I'm going to move it so that one point sits there, and then just adjust it. This is the part that's going to protrude from the wall. So use trim and extend just to finish this like that. And okay, now let's see in the top view. Okay, so the extrusion is fine, but I want this to be centered around this line here. So instead of saying 75 here, I'm going to say start or end at 37.5 and start at minus 37.5. Revit also has a nice little function where you can say equals 75 divided by 2, and it will give you that one. So you don't have to work it out on a calculator. Okay, now with this window or brick sill, I also want mortar, a 10 mil layer of mortar between the bricks. And to create that, I'm going to use the extrusion as well. So again, we're going to go to our right-hand side view, start my extrusion. I'm going to use the pick lines option this time. And I'm going to change the offset here to 10 millimeters and start picking these lines to create that. Once I've done this, I'm going to go back to line because I just want to finish this one at the back now. And remember to change offset back to 0. Draw my line and then again use trim and extend just to clean this up. Done. Let's go back to our top view. And at the moment you can see it starts from my reference plane here and it goes 75 millimeters. So I want to move this and lock it to this side of the brick. And then just to make sure that it's 10 millimeters, I can see the start is at 37.5. So I'm going to change this to 47.5. Let's have a look at this 3D. I'm pretty happy with that. Now the problem that I'm going to run into later, if I'm going to put this in an array, is basically if I make multiple copies of this one next to each other, I'm going to end up with one of them sitting with the mortar on the outside. So on the one side of my windowsill, I'm going to have mortar sitting on the outside, and I don't want that. So in this array, unlike the previous one on this family, we're going to have two different bricks. So unlike the previous one where we had one chair, here we're going to have the two bricks. So I'm going to save this family and call it brick with mortar. And I'm just going to delete that mortar and save it again. And just call it brick. Save. So that's the preparations we need for the next one. So in the next class, we're going to use a line-based family again. We're going to import these into the family, and then we're going to start setting it up so that the array will actually adapt and create this windowsill for us.